so many countries. As usual, we're very, very happy to have this huge community for these webinars. We have a very interesting agenda today. First, we have Alain Thillay, who is from the Ministry of Education in France. They have an interesting project called Erasmus, called AI. It's called Class Code AI, and there's also an Erasmus project on AI for teachers with Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, and Slovenia. So we have Alain here from the ministry, and then also Bastien Masse, who will talk about the online course, Class Code AI. He's from the University of Nancy, also in France. Then, if we are lucky, we have Christine Landsdina here from Google, for Computer Science Education Google, and they have developed an activity, a resource for Code Week in 24 languages, if I'm not mistaken, just for Code Week. And it was actually one of the ambassadors who asked Google for this, and this has now happened. So thanks, Leah, if you are there. It was it's because of you we have this good resource. Then we have two leading teachers, Vasiliki Psarithou, should be able to say this, Psarithou from Greece, and Pauline Maas from the Netherlands, whom will show two different activities, one Unplugged, and Pauline will show a microbit activity for the classroom. So I would kick off now with Alain, if you are ready to start. Please, you can put on your camera maybe, and
we'll try.
Microphone, and I give the floor to you.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. We hear you, Alain, and we see you as well. So that's fine.
Okay, so I will try to do my best. Just a few words to explain the context of the collaboration between Class Code Collective and the French Ministry of Education and Youth, and the production of the MOOC EIA. So it's very hard to say AIA for us. Class Code is a part of 5 digital programming and culture projects that we selected and supported since 2016. At the same time, we introduce digital programming in culture in primary and lower secondary schools curricula, and computational thinking sciences and technology in the higher secondary school curricula in 2019. So we proposed 3 years in a row a MOOC upstream of the implementation of the curricula, which name are ICN, SNT, and IAI. And we noticed the success of the MOOC SNT, Digital Science and Technology, last year. So we decided to start with the topic of AI at the same time as we were launching, an innovation partnership in 2019, with 6 solutions selected to assist the teachers and their students 6 to 8 year old in learning the French and mathematics. I will share the link with you to have a glimpse of what we are doing on this. The AI MOOC was therefore open on April the 6th, and already has more than 12,000 active registrants. This is why the ministry has asked the Class Code Collective to participate also in the Erasmus Plus project on AI for teachers that we submitted on May 5th with France, Italy, Ireland, Luxembourg, and Slovenia. Indeed, our idea is to really test what AI can bring to teachers and learners instead of imagining what it could be, but also to start from cases dedicated to teachers' professional gestures and the school context in the respect of the GDPR and the ethical approach. So it's a huge, in French, défi, sorry, a challenge for us. But I will let Bastien present you more
Ó
concretely
Teresa, tu
the move
marcaste
on
as
AI.
férias de 3 de agosto para a frente, não foi?
Oh, Bastien, you can.
Yes,
the floor.
I try to share you
Yes.
some slides. Okay.
I didn't launch. Sorry, I didn't launch the PowerPoint. So you didn't see my first slide. I have only one slide.
Otherwise, we can try. Maybe Jakob can you share it? We have the presentation.
Yes, if you can share it, I have
try.
two screens.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
You want me to share it?
Annika, it will be best if you could do it because I need to just download it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks.
I have to find it. One second, and I'm there. Oh, now I see something. Bastien, I think you're sharing, or
I'm sharing.
do you see something?
No, I think
no, I don't.
think Bastien is his website. I think it's his webcam. So
Yes, I just share webcam, but I can't share the slides. But
you don't see any slides. Show task.
no, I don't.
Wait. There. 2. Here we go.
yeah, we see it, Annika. That's good. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, okay.
I'll try to make it full screen.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do you see full screen now?
Not yet.
No.
That's great.
Now we see it full screen. Yeah.
I will just tell me when I'm supposed to change.
Thank you.
it was the first slide, so you have the links on the class code AI.
Yeah, you can skip the two first ones.
So you can go up.
Thank you. So as Alain says, Class Code is an open participative solution to help teachers and children's activity organizer to introduce computer science to girls and boys. The Class project is supported both by academic and industrial federation in computer science, such as the CIF, Société Informatique de France, and managed by INRIA, the French Research Institute in Computer Science and Applied Mathematics, which managed the projects for 5 years, and still one was the main partner of the project. Class Code is a collective of 70 structures which cover different fields of education and contribute to the project in different ways, such as pedagogy, open production, deployment on the territory. The Class Code network organizes workshops, meetups, and webinar throughout France. So you can. Right. Thank you. So the project started in 2015. Just try to my slides. Okay. So the main goal is to train a member of educational and IT communities to teach young people to 7 to 17 programming and computer science. So we take informal teaching for parents or teachers who just want to be aware of computer science. formal to our individuals and extracurricular educators and digital professionals, and contractual formal for training and continuing teachers. So the important thing is ClassCode is it became a collective association, an NGO in 2020. So the original project is near ended, and we are now an association with the main structure. We're at the beginning of the project. You can pass the slide. Yes, thank you. So now we have 5 main MOOCs created at the beginning of the project, including creative programming, information coding, familiarization with network, and fun robotics and related impact of technology in our society. So we had a few MOOCs for Ministry of Education, and the last one is ClassCode AI for artificial intelligence with intelligence. So you can skip this slide. Yes, thank you. Oh, just the previous one. Yes, thank you. So ClassCode AI is our new MOOCs. It was released in April 2020, and we offered 3 modules for questioning yourself, experiment, discover, and discuss about AI. It's directly inspired by the Finnish initiative to train 1% of the population on this subject, and we have built and now operate this citizen training in AI. So we produced an hybrid performative and contaminating training, freely accessible online training course with free charge of attestation of attendance, online exchange forum to share and help each other when training on this subject. Online and real life hangout to extend the sharing and serve local projects on this subject. All content item being also reusable to derive and build other resources. So it's a hybrid and performative training. Yes, the next slide, please. Thank you. Okay, here is an example of online activity to manipulate an image recognition AI. So we also provide unplugged activity. As such, example on the right, it's an unplugged activity inspired by Martin Gardner AI with matchboxes. With respect to other fields, the content is less technical. For example, machine learning programming in Python is proposed only as the next station of the MOOC AI. But not only a verbal introduction, while effective activities, including unplugged activities, without computer or low-tech everyday tools, and propose to really understand how it's works. We not only talk about AI, we make people manipulate it. So contents allow us to gain first understanding of what AI means and what is not, understand the principle of machine learning and the crucial role played by data, taking into account of social issue for AI. Learners are invited to question themselves beyond preconceived ideas and really understand the ground of AI, perform activities and manipulate AI program to build their own vision, acquire minimal scientific and technical culture, concept, history, human and ideas. And the outcome, they are able to discuss a subject, question application, choose some framework to contribute to the development or not of AI application. So we got the link of the MOOC in this slide, and you can. That's the last one. So a few statistics on this MOOC. So it was launched, released on April 6 April 2020. We already have more than 10,000 people join this MOOC. And we organize more than 10 online hangouts between 30 and 200 persons have already organized by one of the 70 partners of ClassCode project just during the lockdown. So on these 10,000 people, we have already a few statistics. So 35% of female join this MOOC. Most of these person are fully beginner or intermediate or non-expert, and we have above 80% of person have their expectation satisfied.
Great. Thank you very much. It was very interesting. I know there are some questions. The first one from me would be, and I think it's also in the chat, but I'm not sure. Is it only in French?
Yes, it's only in French. Sorry.
Unfortunately.
It's good. We can learn also French at the same time, but okay.
We have this project to translate the MOOCs because we've got our website, the platform. We wanted to share the platform, the website, with all the content because we have more 400 OER on this platform, and we are working with other university to translate all the content and what we call ClassCode, the website, on a USB card. So we take the website and all the content on a USB. It can translate in most of languages. So we are working on that.
There are, if I may, Annika, yes, there are two more. So indeed, you were right. There were twice this question about the language. So we replied that there are two additional questions from Sophia Reis. So first question is whether your resources are Creative Commons. So that's the first question. And the second question, I will already ask it. Why did you choose to introduce only from 7 to 17 years old and not before 7 years? So not to younger kids.
So yes, they are all content are open educative resources, free license, and the age 7 to 17 is the part of ClassCode that change because we start 7 to 12, and we produced MOOC for high school, so the age was more extended to 17.
Yeah, and I can add that the French Ministry of Education has sustained the MOOC, so we wanted to accompany all the curricula from primary to higher secondary school. So it was also in the deal with the ClassCode project.
And MOOCs are for the teacher, so we choose to put the age correspond to the school in France, so it was more easy for a teacher to understand that he can use this MOOC for his classroom. But in fact, these MOOC are free for everyone, and we try to extend the age. It's in certain text or presentation we say 7 to 99 or 107. There is no restriction for the age to these MOOCs, but it's more for teacher, and children can use this MOOC start from 12 years old. He can use directly this MOOC for himself.
So Annika, these are the questions.
Okay, thank you very
Yep.
much. I'm not sure. Do we have Christine there?
No, I don't see Christine. I tried to message her as well, but did not hear from her. So we might skip her for the moment, and let's see whether she will be back. She will still join us or not. So we can go to the next speaker.
So we go to Vasiliki, who's leading teacher from Greece, and she has prepared a presentation about an unplugged activity. Vasiliki, there you are.
Yes, hello.
Can you
Thank
share your presentation yourself?
Yes, I'm going to. Let me do it.
Yes,
Okay.
we see it. Yes, Vasiliki. Thanks.
Okay.
You can just start the slideshow. Thank you.
Yes. So, hello everyone. My name is Vasiliki Psarithou, and I'm a leading teacher in coding from Greece. I would like to share with you an unplugged activity we did with my students in a weekend of May. The activity is called Make Your Own Rocket. First of all, let me say a few words about my school. I am a teacher in a primary minority school in northern Greece. A minority school means that all students are Greek citizens, but they have different religion than the official one. They are Muslims, and they have different mother tongue. They speak Turkish. I teach them Greek language, and I try to do so by using modern methods like coding. I have to add that my school is situated in a rural area. The majority of the parents are small farmers. It's small. This school years we had only 49 students, and I worked with the third and fourth grade students who are only 13. I try to enhance them with modern methods and subjects and give them opportunities to expand their horizons. So, how I organize the activity. I wanted to do an activity suitable for that age of students, 9 and 10 years old, and according to the conditions we had at that time. So I searched the internet and I found an activity that has many reusable materials. We had discussed about sustainability in previous meetings, so it was the most suitable one. I wanted to have the parents' help, so I contacted some of them, the ones that talk the best Greek, and inform them about my intention. All of them told me that they could do all necessary to help their children. So I proceeded to creating the instructions. I gathered the necessary materials. You can see them in the photo. All schools and shops were closed at that time, apart from markets. I wasn't sure that all students had all the materials, so I contacted the local market and asked them to give my students any material they want at my expenses. The next step was to create an ebook with instructions in Greek and upload it in class, the official site of Ministry of Education in Greece. Let me share with you, I think I can do it. Do you see the issue?
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Okay, that's the instructions in Greek, of course. The materials we need. And then I took photos of every step and I gave specific instructions what we have to do. You can see some of them. It's a combination of mathematics, art, and creativity.
Nice.
Okay. Let me continue. My intention Okay. Again. Initially, my intention was to create the rocket in a live meeting with all students present. However, that might have caused problems like glue on the computers or missing a step during the creation, so I couldn't repeat it, of course, again. Then my next thought was to create a video with the instructions. Thankfully, when I mentioned that to some parents, they told me that sometimes they can't open videos since they can use only their mobile phones. So an ebook was the best next thing. And here, okay, why not? Are the results. All students were thrilled. More than 9% of the class, 12 out of 13 participated and created one or more than one rockets. They told me that some younger siblings of them were very envious, so they did an additional one. The instructions were easy to be read and to be followed. An unexpected result was the fact that some parents sent me pictures or even videos of their children's creations without me asking them to do so. In a live meeting, every one of the students showed their rockets, and I found out that some pupils added things to them, like stickers, or even one of them told me that he wrote a letter in case an alien uh, is seen on Mars. And thank you very much for flying with us.
Bravo. Thank you very much, Vasiliki. Very nice activity. And I like the idea with the ebook. You're getting comments that it's a very nice activity
Okay,
from many different people. So there's Jakob, I will give the floor to you. There are more questions here.
Yes. I just wanted to point out that what I also found interesting was that Vasiliki, you said that you shared the ebook or the whole approach with at the Greek platform, so that all the teachers in Greece can now use that. Is that correct?
No, it's yes, it's the official platform mentioned by the Greek authorities, but each of the teachers have their own class. So it's in my class,
Okay.
but I can share it with anyone else.
Okay, that's very good. Now, I have two questions here from Sophia Reis. So the first one is, what are the advantages of teaching coding to students belonging to minorities? So what was the advantage in your approach? And the other one, how did you involve parents? Which you a little bit touched upon, but maybe you can develop a little bit whether you gave already also some instructions to parents.
Yes, first of all, I gave some instructions to parents because they are young children, age of 9 and 10. Sometimes, since they don't speak very well Greek, sometimes they misunderstand things or do not understand at all. So I ask them to be nearby, the parents to be nearby to help them understand some specific details. They're very, very cooperative, very. And that gives me the opportunity to do many more things if the next school year face a similar problem. Minority schools are very complicated. The lessons are in two different languages, Greek and Turkish, and sometimes English as well. I have to try to give them opportunities to expand their horizons, to see Greek language with love. Because they are not, Greek language, it's not their mother tongue, so it's difficult for them.
Very good. Thank you. You have a lot of positive comments in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for sharing this activity, Vasiliki. And then we will turn to If I don't think Christine has showed up yet.
No, I don't see her. No, I
think
have
maybe
not heard.
something has happened.
Yeah.
We turn to Pauline Maas, who's a leading teacher in the Netherlands. There you are with your nice
Hello.
orange
Yes.
t-shirt. Fantastic.
Yes, microbit, yeah. Yeah.
So I will give the floor to you.
Thank you.
Please
Yeah.
ask questions in the chat.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Well, welcome everybody. It's really nice to speak here again. This time I want to speak about the microbit, but I first want to know if people are using the microbit or not. So I have like a Mentimeter for you. So share. Move this. Yes.
So is it menti.com, Pauline?
Yeah, it is a menti.com. Yes.
If
Yeah.
you go to menti.com, what is the code they should put?
Yes, I put it in here already.
Just put it in the chat, maybe. If
Yes, I put it in the chat. That is easy. Yes.
People can start.
Yeah, quicker. The number is 427809. And I will share the screen.
And then I think everyone seems to know.
You see it now, yeah. So I just want to know how many people are you have used a microbit, so I can see what I can tell. Thank you. So it is kind of the middle, yeah. Yeah, so yes, I knew. More people. Yes, well, thank you very much. So I can continue, yeah. Do you see my PowerPoint now?
Something is happening on my screen, but it's gray. I don't know, Jakub.
Yeah, I think you are. What you are sharing is the web browser. So you need to. The best is to stop sharing and restart and start sharing again. Just the PowerPoint. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry. So. Yes,
there you
go.
Okay, better. So I want to tell something about the microbit classroom. I'm a leading teacher in Holland. I give ICT lessons to different kind of students from 6 till 18. And I wrote 101 projects to make with the microbit. And 3 of those projects, they are being translated for the EU Code Week in 27 languages. So you can find those on the learning bits. So there's one lesson to write Morse code. And there's one lesson to make an automata, and there's one lesson to make an escape room. So this is available in all languages, so you can find it over there. So for the people who don't know the microbit is like a small computer. It got LED lights here in the middle, got a USB connector, it got 2 buttons, an A and a B. And on the button you have pins, and with the pins you can connect like a servo motor, you can connect like music or a LED light. And of course you need the 3 volts to get the power and for the ground to get it around. And when you see on the back, it got different kind of sensors. It has like a sensor and accelerometer, so he can see the speed. It is a compass on there. It's got a light sensor and a temperature sensor. And also microbits can see each other, which is really nice to use. It's a very small and easy microcomputer. You can code the microbit in different kind of languages. So I will show you first the microbit, the make code environment. It is online. You don't have to do anything to download, and it's very easy to use. You can code it with an app on your telephone. You can code it with Scratch and JavaScript, or you can code it with MicroPython for children who want a more challenging thing. So I think the microbit is really computational thinking, because you really have to make something with the microbit. So which is really very nice to do. So you can challenge your students, and usually you can start on microbit around 10 years old, but they can do it, you know, when they're up till they are 80 years old. I'm always surprised what people are making from it. So, and I always say, so think big, but start small if you want to do something with the microbit. So I will have to stop the sharing now because I want to show you online. I have to share again. Yeah.
No, that's, I think, yeah.
Do you see it? Yeah.
Can you make it full screen or something?
Um,
Otherwise, it's okay.
It's okay. Okay. This is the website Make Code. There is different kind of boards what you can code. It's got the circuit playground, got the arcade to make a game, and Minecraft and the Lego Mindstorms you can also code with the Make Code. I go to the microbits. I choose, here are like beginners courses. It will automatically come in your language. I think there are like always 60 different kind of languages at this moment for the microbit. Here it is in Dutch because I'm Dutch, but here you can change the language. So it's very easy when I say, by starting up, I can say show a pictogram, and in the preview, it is arriving right away. Or I can say, when I press button A, you can say, I want to show letters, and they say coding from home, for instance. So here I can add some music or radio. You can connect different kind of microbits to it. And you can say for instance, also can very quickly make like a dice by shaking it. Shaking is one of the things he will do, he will see. So then I say you have to show a number, and then here I choose random, a number between 1 and 6. And then you have like a dice already, because now I can push shake and the dice will come. So if I'm done, then I can connect here a device. Here I say connect, and then I say download, and everything will be on your microbit. Here you can see it is in JavaScript. So if you want more challenging things to do for your students, you can use JavaScript. But now, what is new? It is still in beta. It is the microbit classroom, which is really very nice, really very cool. Are you still seeing this?
Yep.
Okay. Here, I have like a presentation, so in there are all the links. Here you give your activity a name, like coding from home. I say it is in Make Code. I say launch classroom. I get in this area. I go to the editor, and here is my microbit screen. For instance, you gave like a basic code, like I just did. You put it in. With the basic code, your students, they can continue doing things. So this is a really very small code, of course, but for starting up, that is really nice. Now I want to share this. So I go to the dashboard, and now your students, they have to log in with this to this website and use this classroom file gift and this number. So if people can do that at this moment, then I can show how it will look, because I can look what the students are doing. So it would be really nice if some people will join in on this website. Maybe somebody can put it in the chat right now.
I put it already in the chat. Yes,
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here I will see if people are joined in. And the nicest thing is, you know, when your students haven't finished a project, you can store this environment with all your student code in there and go and continue a week later. Because in Holland, I give like ICT lessons 1 hour, like 50 minutes a week. And usually that's not enough to finish a project. So then a week later, we can continue doing that.
Sorry, you need to go to the link that I put, microbit.org/join, okay?
Yeah, /join, and then you put in like you can see silver, rabbit, you can have to choose those kind of things. Is it working?
Soon I'm done the fire engine.
Fire engine.
370. Okay.
Yes, I see Annika, she is there, and Jacob is there. You see, I have 2 students, they have joined in. There can be like more than 30 students can be in here. And you know, the nicest thing about this, I can go to the student code and right now, and I can see what Jacob is doing on his screen, or I can click on Annika, and then, or I can click on, and then I can see what she is doing. And in the end, I can download the report and put it in a Word document. And I can save this environment and use it one time next week. Yeah.
So Pauline, if I may just jump in, because I'm just in your classroom, this means that you basically can. This is a whole classroom where you can spend the whole day with your kids, basically with your students to do these things, and you can help them when they get stuck. You see what they are doing, and
you can see what they are doing.
you advise them how to move forward, and then they can of course share the results with their friends
and they can hand it, and also you can see what they are doing, and then they can share also the code with other students, so they can work together in this. So this is a really cool thing, especially now for this a period that you really can do something. So I wanted to show you. I can see Annika is really working on it. I can go to Kaba. I see, well, I can help, or Lisa. So it's really nice to see it like this. So this is a tip. I want to give it to you. And then is there still time? I can show some nice projects I have lying here around me about the microbit.
I think, Pauline, you can. I just, if I can jump in while we still see others to being creative and creating things. There is Sophia Race had a question.
Yes,
sorry, there are more questions. So I
on.
will start with the first one from Marlene.
Shall I stop sharing?
No. Keep it.
Okay.
That's nice. I think it's nice that we see, and maybe you can click through people so we can see what they are doing. So first question from Marlene is that she has often problems with microbit when she connects to a tablet. So is there a trick to connect the tablet to this device? And then there's another question: how old are your students, Pauline?
Okay, with the tablet, they have to connect the whole time, and you have to download the app. So the microbit is working really much easier with the computer to do that. So that's with the new when you put a new firmware on the microbit, then you can connect your microbit to the computer, and then you only have to download. So it was really kind of difficult in the beginning. The file was in the download map, and then you had to put it on your microbit, but that's all better since 1 year. It's all better. So, but you have to put a new firmware on your microbit, which is very easy. If you look for it, then it's very easy done. What was the other question?
Sorry, I'll just interrupt. Can you say the pin again?
Maybe if you can, Pauline, if you can show again the access. Yes.
Because some people more want to join. Yeah. Thanks.
Here I can see that Jacob, he is finished already. He put a smiley down, so I knew he was a very quick student. So
Don't look at this.
What was the other question, Jacob?
The other question was, how old are your students?
My students, I teach from around 6, and sometimes I have like students from university. So 2 days a week I teach to 12, 13 years old, and then the other 3 days I do like projects in other things, usually with the microbit.
Yeah. Just one question from me directly, and then we will go back to the chat. But my question would be, do you actually need the microbit physically? Of course, it is more fun, but do I understand correctly that you can also do play with this and code within this environment without the actual physical device.
Yeah. So I really would like to share something with you. So can I stop? Because people can continue doing that. So in the end, we can come back here to see what people have done. But I really have some nice things here to show you. Yeah. So here are my shoes. So then you definitely need a microbit to do that. So that's really nice. And if you want to make like something with the servo motor, yeah, then you really need a microbit to do that. You see it's going up and down. So sometimes it's very simple and very fun to do. And in here, I made like a corona meter. So he will measure if it is 1.5 meters apart from each other. If it is too close, he will make a sound. Yeah. So those are really nice things to do. You see him, hear him. And if I go ahead, then it will stop making a sound. You hear? No sounds anymore. And now sounds. So with the microbit, you really can invent something. And that's, I think, the fun with the microbit, that you really can make something with it. Yeah. Those corona meters. Yeah. For instance, here, you can see this?
Yes, we see it.
Yes. It's like an infinity cube. So I put like LED lights in there, the same I put in my shoes, but I put it in a special box. So you can see all through of it. So that's really fun to do. And the children, they get much more interested in coding the thing, that it is really very fun to do. So, and I get one more. Oh yeah, I want to do.
Can I just ask you something? Is this a free account, the classroom?
Yes, on the Microbit 101, it's 101 projects and they're all free, yeah. And also the projects I made for the AO code, you can see those, yeah.
I think people are really excited about what you are showing. Well done.
Here, this is like a LED, you see? So then it's really getting exciting if for children really to make something with a microbit, and they make like a pixel drawing first online or on a paper, and then they transfer that to this this beautiful matrix. So
Pauline, if I may jump in
more?
with yes, please show us more. But I have two more questions. So you, in the meantime, you can be also replying. So from Sophia Reis, is it 1 microbit per student, or do the students need more?
I do like 2 microbits per student. That's usually fun. Yeah.
And the second question, whether you have tried these activities from long distance with students.
That is more difficult to do that from long distance because they really need a microbit. But but the fun with the microbit is not only the coding, but it's really the making. So then it is you get to the computational thinking. For instance, here I made like a, is it on top? Yeah, it got a unicorn and it got a LED light on there. And it's getting much more fun if you hack a Barbie and you put in a LED light in there, in her eyes. I don't know if you can see that, but the LED lights will go on and off. And of course, the 12 or 13 years old, they would love to do that because I always say, get a Barbie from your sister and we're going to hack her. Yeah. So and there is lots and lots of small cars like this. Those cars are only like 20, 30 euros. So you can put a microbit in there and then you control it with another microbit. So, and this one is even having, you can put a pencil in there and he's making drawings. So I think, yeah, I put
Marlene is asking. Marlene is asking where we can find all these projects. If you have a library of your dashboards, or how you call them.
Yes, I put in like microbit.
Can you maybe share the link to the chat so that?
Yeah, I put it in the chat already, and I have like an Insta account, so I usually put everything on my Insta account. So and I really fell in love with the microbit because of the making, not just the coding, but the making. And it's getting better and better. I've seen the new website to make a code on the microbit, and then you can choose Python right away. So you can choose Python, JavaScript, or the block code. So I think it will really make the difference. You know, when it is Scratch, it's always block coding, and it's difficult to get to scripting. With microbit, it's really getting together. And you know, they're getting so positive about it. Like this afternoon, I did a lesson on the Morse code, and they wrote different kind of words to each other on the Morse code. But also we talked about what is Morse code, where did it come from, and how did it work? And we talked about the war. So I'm, you know, that's I cannot stop talking about the microbit. I'm sorry.
That's fantastic. I think. Oh, I'm muted. Up.
There you are.
No, we hear you. We hear you, Annika.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think it's a very good, fantastic activities.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very, very
Then,
interesting.
if you want, we can go back to the website to see what people have done.
Oh. Yes, this is maybe the link. Thank you. I think also the link was not.
Yeah. So yes, here are all the students' codes, so we still can see what people are doing. Yeah, I can download it, so then I get all the code from all the students right away, and then it's now in a Word document, and I can take a look at it. See, here's my code, and here are what people have made. So that is really good to see, I think. Yeah. And of course, I can close it, and then I can use it again the next week, because then I will share it, and the students, they get like another code to log in again. The make code, or the Microbit Foundation, they didn't want to use with user IDs and password with the students, and they don't want to get some content because of the privacy, all the privacy issues. So they really came up with this beautiful idea to give a lesson and see what your students are doing. So
Fantastic.
thank you.
We will invite you to have a master class during COVID on this Jakob's idea.
Yes.
We'll get back to you, Pauline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a
Great,
pleasure.
really great. So I'm very happy to have had all of you here today. If there are any more questions, you have very many positive comments, Pauline, of course.
I think this is the highest number of positive comments since we have had the webinars. Really, really.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well done.
Excellent. So we will, since we missed some people today, we will of course organize another
It's the picture time, Annika.
webinar in about 2 weeks. Sorry,
it's the
Jakob?
picture time.
It's the picture time now. Yes, I almost forgot. So please, if everyone now turns on their camera, if you can't hear me anymore, Jakob will take over.
We hear you well, Annika. It's okay.
So turn on the cameras, maybe me too, and then we have a picture.
So we still need a couple more.
Yeah, we need to fill the first screen at least with lots of pictures.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. It's usually in alphabetic order, you know, so we can.
Yeah, and Pauline, yes, well done. You showed us the cube.
Exactly.
That's good. That's nice.
Bastien, we need your camera.
Yes. Yeah.
Addis, Aikan, Charlotte. So then I'm hid. Someone is hiding behind me. Dalibor, come on with the cameras.
So few more people, 3 more people. We need 3 more.
No cam. Okay, don't worry.
3 more people if they turn on their cameras.
Yeah. There's
We're there. Very good. So. And
then remember, a little bit happy, you know.
Yes. We just saw some cool microbit. Some cool microbit things. So we.
Coding.
Yes.
Wow.
Good. I captured it on the phone.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you very much.
Wish you a very happy, sunny, healthy Tuesday afternoon, and we'll be back again in about 2 weeks. If you're interested to present some amazing activities, please let us know. Just send us an email. I think you all have Jakob's and my email. Otherwise, yeah, we also have Code Week, info@codeweek.eu and other ways to contact us. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Ah, heel laat.